Welcome to part 2 of assembling a styrene structure. And this is a structure by Railway Design Associates. And in part 2 we're going to talk about reinforcing the corners, making a floor, window and door concerns, and painting some of the details. And we're just going to get right into it. In the last session we glued the walls together, and I decided to go ahead and do some reinforcing work and use JB weld in the corners. Right up here we have some, and right down here, and that just resulted in mixing these two together and putting it on with a toothpick, and 24 hours later we have a very solid, substantial join. And of course I had to scrape away some of the paint first. So we got our corners reinforced nicely. And the next thing I decided was to make a floor and a ceiling for the structure. And it resulted in measuring the inside, making a wooden frame, and then I used this lightweight putty to make kind of a cement appearance for the floor. And I'm going to put a light in there in the ceiling, and so I had to have a little hole in there, make sure I got a little hole, and the LED light is going to fit right through there, so we'll have a ceiling light. And these are going to go in after they're totally cured, and they're measured about a 32nd of an inch smaller than the inside, so they would fit in there easily. And I decided not to go with stairs, but stairs could also be an option for this structure. The next point is the windows and the doors. And I decided to use a rust effect on the windows and also on the ceiling and for some of my finishing. And here you can see how these turned out. I leave everything on the sprue while I'm working on them, and a few of these I took off just to get an idea of how it was going to look. But I used this Bar Mills product and put it on a piece of paper. Some of it I mixed in here right with the paint, and I used the brush and I just applied it right onto the wet paint, or right in with the wet paint. I tried a couple different things here, and the effect we wanted was a window that's got metal underneath that's beginning to rust. And so that's what we were going for with the windows here for this structure. And I went ahead and I painted the doors brown, kind of a wood color, and got this all done. Also, I did some weathering on the structure itself, and I used the same powder and some water and just a little bit of brown paint, and I painted all these little iron structures here that hold the stone walls together. And I got that done, and now we're going to be ready for the final assembly.